guys, welcome to our channel. This is Archie the Cockatiel and I am Stacey, and back here we have Brett and Peppy. We are going to the bird store today to get their nails trimmed and to pick up some birthday presents for Archie, whose birthday is later this month. And I might be getting something big from the bird store today, so we'll just have to wait and see what we get today. I may not buy a lot of toys just because we did move into our new house, and when you have to pack all of your stuff, you really gauge and see how much stuff you actually have, and we have a lot of bird toys. So I don't know that I really need to buy a lot of those today, so I'll probably be mostly getting supplies, a few things for Archie's birthday, and then possibly one big item, so stay tuned for that. And we will see you when we get to the bird store. Guys, so we just got back from the bird store. It was a very long drive and the Cockatiels are very tired, but we're going to go ahead and show you our haul. I do want to say I apologize I didn't get more shots of the bird store. It was pretty crowded and I don't like to record a lot of people in my videos without their knowledge or without their permission, and I feel weird asking people if I can put them in my videos, so yeah. And then the baby bird room was really crowded today, so I didn't get any video footage of that. But if you do want to see more footage of the store, or you do want to take a look and see what the baby bird room looks like, definitely check out my other videos that I've made. I'll put a link up here in the top, and definitely check that out if you want to see more. The bird store that I went to is Varietees Bird Store. It is in Valley Park, Missouri, and it's an excellent store. You can get birds there, cages, toys, food. I'm sure you saw in the video, they definitely have a lot to choose from, and in my opinion, it's the best bird store around. And it's kind of one of the few specialty bird stores in the area, so that's why we make such a long journey to go there. That's actually where I got Archie, and that's also where I got Evie, my Caitec. And then I also recently adopted Brett and Peppy from their store as well. So we are definitely fans of Varietees, and we are very loyal customers. Anyways, let's get into the haul. I do also want to preface this real quick with you're not going to see a lot of toys today. And the reason for that is I just moved into a brand new house. I just bought my first house. We moved in just a few days ago. And let me tell you, when I was packing my apartment to move to the house, we have a lot of bird toys, like a ridiculous amount of bird toys. And it's not just like bird toys as a whole, it's a lot of toys for this bird and a lot of toys for that bird, and like there are so many toys. So yeah. So I did buy a few toys for Archie's birthday. And I bought mostly treats and food. I did get a few toys since Archie's birthday is coming up here in just a few weeks. I wanted to make sure I got him some toys. We got a big item today too, which I'm excited to show you. Are you excited? So one of the toys that we got is called Cheesy, and this is by Molly's Bird Toys. Now, I haven't heard of this brand before, but let me tell you, they had a whole section dedicated to Molly's Bird Toys, and Molly's Bird Toys has a lot of natural materials in their toys, a lot of woven toys, just natural materials, and I absolutely love that. Like, there is a little bit of like beads and plastic on here, but with all of the toys that they had in the Molly's Bird Toy section, a lot of them were mostly like this type of style of toy where it's like braided or like corn husk or woven kind of like basket, or it has wood on it. And I just love their selection of toys. I really wanted to get more of them, but once again, I have too many toys. We need to destroy some of the toys that we have before we go crazy and buy a bunch more. But I would definitely recommend checking out Molly's Bird Toys. If they do have a website, I'll have that link down below for you to check out. Speaking of Molly's Bird Toys, this is another one. It's called Garlic Stacker. Now, garlic is poisonous to birds, so don't actually give your bird garlic. But the items here just kind of resemble garlic. It has this really cool corn husk material. It does have the colorful beads on there. It has a little bell on the bottom. But it's also got this natural material here. I'm curious to know what's inside of here. So hopefully Archie will crack it open and let me see, because I'm just curious to see what's in there. There's also some wooden beads at the top. But yeah, Molly's Bird Toys, a lot of stuff like this. So definitely check them out. It's always nice to find a new bird toy brand that makes interesting things that are also safe for your bird. Now, these little plastic bits here are pretty small. Now, for a cockatiel, it's a little bit too big. They wouldn't actually swallow this, but I wouldn't recommend giving a toy like this to like an African gray, just because I feel like they could definitely swallow these beads here. So you definitely want to make sure that you're buying a size appropriate for your bird. The toy is a pretty decent size, but the beads on there make it so that I wouldn't recommend it for a larger bird. Or if you do want to give it to a larger bird, just make sure you supervise them when they're playing with it. Alright, the next toy we have here is by A&E Cage Company, Happy Beaks. They make cages as well as toys. And this is kind of like a Christmassy toy, but I thought it was really pretty. Archie really likes these kind of wicker woven stars. He really likes these. Has some leather on it for him to chew on, and then the little plastic beads on there, the little pacifier. So just something fun and simple for him to play with. I thought it was really cute. What do you think? He'll like it when he gets it in his cage. And then this next toy I wanted to get for Brett and Peppy. Archie has had this toy in the past, but I thought Brett and Peppy could use a little Christmas tree in their cage. So I got this for Brett and Peppy. It's by Superbird Creations, and it's called Mini Xmas Tree. So I thought this was really cute. And then I did get a couple of perches. One of these is by Polly's Hardwood, the natural perch. The perch is about 6 inches long. It's a short perch. This one is a little bit longer, but it's still pretty short. It is a thicker perch than this one here, but I love that these have the bark on them for the birds to chew on, so it makes it more interesting. We have a lot of Manzanita and Java perches that are smooth, so this is nice because it gives them a little something to chew on. And ironically, this perch that Archie is chewing on, This one's actually for him. This goes in his cage. Now, in some of my other videos where I set up bird cages, I show you that some perches don't come with big washers, like this one. It's a pretty small washer. It just barely covers the perch itself. And the problem with small washers is the bigger the washer, the more bars it can hug to really grip the cage. You also usually want to have two. You want to have one on the inside of the cage and one on the outside of the cage to secure it. But the bigger the washer, the more bars it can grip while it's like squeezed on there. And then it's just a more steady and more stable perch for your bird. So whenever I throw out old perches that aren't any good anymore, I always save the washers so that I can use them. So I have plenty of washers set aside that I can use for this perch. But this perch is for Archie. I just wanted to get him a new natural perch because you can never have enough of those. And one of his old ones was kind of gross, so I'm just switching it out for this one. And then this one is for Brett and Peppy. They have several of like the Java or Manzanita or whatever it is, like the smooth perches. But once again, I like that this has the texture to it, the natural material, something for them to chew on and keep them busy. So this is for Brett and Peppy. What do you think? Now you might also think this perch is pretty thin for my cockatiels, and this one is pretty thick for another cockatiel. Now, whenever you get perches for your bird, you want to try to get varying thicknesses of the perch so that they're not standing on the same thing all day on all of their perches being the same size and width. So Archie has a lot of thin branches, but this one will be good for him because it's pretty thick. So it just gives his feet a little bit of variation when he's in his cage. So you don't want to go with anything too crazy big, like a macaw-sized perch or something like that for a cockatiel. This perch could technically also work for my African gray if I wanted to. It'd be a little bit smaller for her. But yeah, so just a good idea to switch up perches versus the dowel perches that come in the bird cage. They tend to be the same thickness. They're very smooth. They're not good for your bird's feet. It can give them bumblefoot and arthritis. So a variety of perches is key, and natural is also best. All right, so next, Brett and Peppy and Archie all really love these Avicakes. We do have like the original flavor, which I still have a bag of the original flavor. So at the bird store, I wanted to go ahead and pick some up because they were running low on these. And this is the fruit one. So this is the Fruit Delight Avicakes. So this one still has the pellets and some seed in it, but it's also 50% fruit. So it has like your canary grass seed, your millet, your oat groats, but it also has cranberries, papaya, mango, dates, and then it has some vitamins and supplements. Granted, it also has like corn and soybean and wheat flour and stuff like that in there, which isn't necessarily the greatest thing to have in a bird treat, but in some instances that kind of thing is necessary, or it's just in there. But I really like that this has the fruit in it, and it's just like a chocolate bar. You just break these pieces off into squares. They're already like kind of imprinted so that they're easy to break off into squares, and you just give them to your bird, and it's like a little foraging toy because they have to pick and pull the bits of food off of it. Where are you going? You coming over here? Step up. There you go. So Archie's apparently done, and he just landed on the big surprise to show you guys. Anyways, great treat to give your bird. Just an occasional treat because it does have fruit, which has natural sugars in it, and it does have some seed in it. It does have pellets too, so it's not like, you know, giving your bird a hamburger or something, but it should just be an occasional foraging treat for them and not an everyday or a massive amount given to them at one time. Now the next one I broke into as we left the store because I wanted to give Brett and Peppy some food for the drive home. These are Nutriberries. And I really like these because they're actually made by the same people who do the Avicakes. It's got the omega-3 and 6. It has pellets in it. It has non-GMO ingredients in it. So it's got a lot of vitamins and minerals and things. So Nutriberries is given as an occasional treat. I like to put them in the little flat perches that I get from Hoot and Holler Bird Toys that have the little circular areas that you can put in like the toys, like the corks, the mahogany pods, or the little vine balls. I really like to put these in there, and Brett, my cockatiel, absolutely loves it. You can also get those ball toys that have like the little openings in them that you can put these in there, and then they have to try to stick their beak through the hole to try to like nibble on this and break off pieces. That's a really good foraging toy for them as well. Definitely recommend it. I talk about that in one of my videos. I'll have the link up here for that shows you that ball toy that I'm talking about. So definitely check that out. But these are really good, and you can feed these as like regular food if you want to. Some people do. I don't. There's nothing wrong with it. Obviously, I wouldn't feed it to my bird, but I would just prefer to give them like a bowl of pellets rather than pellets and seed constantly, because I feel like they would pick out a lot of the seed versus eating many of the pellets. So that's why I don't feed it as a regular food. Now this is made by the same company, but these are Pellet Berries. So these ones here are different from Nutriberries. They look very similar, except you will notice that the Pellet Berries have a lot less seed in them. So the Nutriberries is like, it's like 50% seed, 50% pellets or something like that. Whereas the Pellet Berries is mostly pellets, but it does have a teeny bit of seed, and then it also has cranberries, apricots, and dates. So I really like Pellet Berries. Archie actually prefers the Pellet Berries to the Nutriberries, so I wanted to make sure I got him a bag. So this is for his birthday, so he already saw it, but yeah, so this is one of his birthday presents. And those you can put in that ball toy that I mentioned with the Nutriberries as well. That's what I usually do for Archie. And then I got some treats for Jackie, my African Gray, and Evie the Caitec, the Caitec Oven Fresh Bites. You've seen those in my videos before. These are the banana nut. And then this one is the peanut butter flavor. And then this is the apple cinnamon flavor. So the apple cinnamon has oatmeal, vegetable shortening, rice syrup, millet flour, oat flour, honey, flax, diced apples, cinnamon, whole dry egg, whey, and vitamin E. So they all tend to have pretty similar ingredients aside from the name of the item. So this one has pretty much the same stuff, except it has peanuts in it. And then the banana nut is basically the same, except it has walnuts and banana chips in it. And then I usually like to buy at least one bag of Jackie's pellets when I go to the store. She gets Higgins Intune pellets for her daily meal, but she also gets some of the Caitec Oven Fresh Bites in there. I don't give her just the Caitec Oven Fresh Bites for a pellet, just because they do have peanuts in them, and you do want to somewhat limit the peanut intake of your bird, just because peanuts are pretty fatty. So this has a lot of other amazing ingredients in it, so I really recommend these pellets. They smell really good. It smells like an oatmeal cookie. I just add it to her daily bowl of pellets, and then these also make really good treats for them. They do make smaller size pellets that has like a picture of an African Gray or an Amazon on it, but Jackie really likes to hold the pellet with her claw and eat it, so I get the larger size pellet versus the medium size pellet, because these can get a little bit crumbly. So at least if I buy the large one and it crumbles a little bit, it's still a decent size, versus if you get the medium and it crumbles, then it's just like a tiny little crumb and they can't hold it with their claw. So that's why I get the large. All right, and then the next thing that I got is the fruit and veggie mix for Jackie and Evie that I put in their food sometimes. It has nuts in it, fruits, vegetables, a little bit of seed in there too. So this is just an occasional treat that they get in their food. Evie goes absolutely bonkers for this. Jackie likes it pretty well too, but Evie, my Caitec, just absolutely loves this. So if you have a Caitec, definitely check this out. And I'll have links below for a lot of this stuff in the description box if you're interested. All right, now for the big reveal on the big item that we got at the bird store today. This is kind of a birthday present for Archie, but it's also for all of the birds in general. So at my new house, I now have a larger office, and rather than rolling the bird play stands from the living room all the way across the house to the office, I thought it would be good to just have one in the office because there's plenty of room for one in there anyway. So I did get a new play stand. These ones are pretty expensive. It was $3.79. You can definitely get other tree stands for either less expensive or build your own. There's some you can make with PVC pipes, which I thought about doing, but I decided to go with one of these. And it has a base on it, so when they're sitting on it, if they poop, it's not getting all over your floor. It lands on the base that you can clean, or you can put paper on top of it to make it easier to clean up. And the branches on this will pretty much work for any of the birds. So I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you rather than just sitting here talking about it. All right, so here is the play stand. Don't mind the mess in the background, still cleaning up and getting settled into the new house. There's Archie there. He wanted to show you what it looks like on the top. And you can hang toys on it as well. So there's a hook up there you can hang a toy on. And then there's one over there as well. And then they came with stainless steel food and water bowls. And this is by King's Java. So it's kind of pricey, but it's really nice quality. It splits into multiple pieces for taking it home. That way you're not trying to put this huge thing, it's taller than me, in your vehicle. Now a lot of people might say, but your bird is so much higher up than you, and that is a sign of dominance when your bird wants to be higher than you are, and that's really not a thing. He's just fine up there. He does not think he's more dominant than me. So some people think that, but I just really don't find that to be accurate. But the perches are a good size for a cockatiel. There's also thicker perches on there that would be better for my Caitec and African gray. Obviously cockatiel or Quaker. We can't leave BB out. She could be on here too. And maybe even have multiple cockatiels out on it at the same time. I can't have my African gray or Caitec on here at the same time, either with each other or any of the other birds because they fight. But I could try to have all the cockatiels out on this at once because they don't fight. But Archie usually just flies away. Oh, he's molting. Such a mess. There's like feathers all over the place in the house right now because he's molting really bad. But anyway, this is our big score from the bird store. Don't mind the mess. We just got home, so I just kind of threw stuff down. I will do a tour of the new house at some point. If you'd like to see that, please leave a comment down below. I was also thinking of doing a video about the process of moving when you have birds, so if that's something you might be interested in seeing, please leave a comment down below and let me know. Alright, well since Archie dipped out of the video, I got Brett and Peppy here. They're getting a little bit more comfortable with the ring light. As you can see, Peppy lost his tail feathers. During the move, he was just very stressed and he lost them all. They'll grow back. He just looks really silly right now. He didn't get hurt or anything. He just got startled and basically blasted his feathers off. He's okay though. He's still cute too. He just got a little scared. Yeah. So this is Brett, my cream-faced cinnamon cockatiel, and this is Peppy, the pied cockatiel. They are both male. You didn't really get to see them very much in the video because they were in the smaller carriers in the cart. But they came along with us too today, and they all got their nails trimmed. They did not need to get their beaks done, and then my birds are flighted. Peppy, you can't really see his flight feathers very well because they did clip them right before I brought them home. He hasn't necessarily grown them all back in yet, but he is flighted. He can fly really well. And then Brett, you can see his there. So they're very tired because it was a long day because the bird store is not quite 3 hours away. So these are my other two little guys. So hopefully you'll see them in more videos since they're starting to get more adjusted to A, the new house, and B, the camera and light here. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching our video. Sorry we've been gone. There's been a lot going on with the move and everything. They did not kick out the guy who started the fire in our building. He actually started 2 fires, but they couldn't prove the first one. He did not get kicked out, so I didn't feel comfortable living there anymore. Plus, I wasn't really supposed to get more birds when I got Brett and Peppy, so I wanted to get my own house, so it's my rules at this point, and I can have 6 birds if I want to. So, I've been really stressed and really tired with trying to keep up with school, work full-time, get moved into the house. The process of buying a house is very emotionally draining, so that's why I've been gone. But hopefully once things start to get settled in more, I'll be more regular at making videos. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can join our flock. We would love to have you. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And we will see you next time.